Hello everyone, you are welcome to my new course. Why I chose to teach stories with Arabic support and IELTS style questions. Learning English is a journey that requires patience, effective methods, and constant practice. One of the best ways to improve language skills is through reading. However, reading English stories can sometimes feel challenging, especially for learners who are still building their vocabulary and understanding of sentence structures. For this reason, I have chosen a unique and effective approach to teaching English using carefully selected stories or novels, accompanied by Arabic translation and followed by IELTS style comprehension questions. This method is designed to help my students not only enjoy reading but also develop the skills they need for real exams and daily life communication. The importance of reading stories. Stories are a powerful tool for language learning. They introduce new vocabulary, common expressions, and grammatical structures in a natural context. Through stories, learners experience real life situations, emotions, and cultural references, which makes the learning process more enjoyable and memorable. Why I provide Arabic translation. Many students feel frustrated when they face a long English text filled with unfamiliar words. To solve this problem, I offer a clear Arabic translation alongside the English text. This helps learners understand the story completely without confusion. Learn the meaning of new words in context. Build confidence while reading in English. Save time and avoid unnecessary guessing. By using Arabic as a supportive tool, students can focus on improving their reading skills without feeling lost or overwhelmed. The role of IELTS style questions. In addition to reading, I include IELTS style comprehension questions after each part of the story. These questions are based on real exam formats such as true, false, not given, multiple choice, matching headings, sentence completion, vocabulary in context. These types of questions help students practice understanding details, main ideas, and hidden meanings. Hidden meaning skills that are essential not only for passing international exams like IELTS, but also for general communication and academic success. Benefits of this method combines reading, vocabulary building, and comprehension. Supports learners with Arabic translation for easier understanding. Prepares students for IELTS and other English proficiency exams. Builds confidence in reading and answering exam questions. Encourages critical thinking and deep understanding. Conclusion. This method is not only about reading a story, it is about building language skills step by step in a practical, supportive, and exam focused way. Through this approach, my students will improve their English, enjoy reading, and become more prepared for academic or professional challenges. I believe this course will make a significant difference in how my students approach English reading and comprehension. Now, let's go to lesson 1. Course 5, Lesson 1. You know your teacher, Muhammad Ali Mayasi. My email, if you want to send me any emails, mod_may@hotmail.com. The first story is Oliver Twist. Introduction. Title Oliver Twist. Author Charles Dickens. Type novel, fiction, social criticism. About the author, Charles Dickens was a famous English writer known for his stories about social injustice and the struggles of poor people in the 19th century. Short summary, Oliver Twist tells the story of a poor orphan boy, Oliver, who faces many difficulties in the streets of London but never loses his honesty and kindness. Reason for choosing this novel. This story helps learners improve their vocabulary, reading skills, and understanding of important life lessons like honesty, kindness, and the reality of poverty. Let's start with Chapter 1. Chapter 1 treats of the place where Oliver Twist was born and of the circumstances attending his birth. Among other public buildings in a certain town, which for many reasons it will be prudent to refrain from mentioning and to which I will assign no fictitious name, there is one anciently common to most towns, great or small, to wit a workhouse. And in this workhouse was born, on a day and date which I need not trouble myself to repeat, inasmuch as it can be of no possible consequence to the reader. In this stage of the business, at all events, the item of mortality, whose name is prefixed to the head of this chapter. For a long time after it was ushered into this world of sorrow and trouble by the parish surgeon, it remained a matter of considerable doubt whether the child would survive to bear any name at all, in which case it is somewhat more than probable that these memoirs would never have appeared, or if they had, that being comprised within a couple of pages, they would have possessed the inestimable merit of being the most concise and faithful specimen of biography extant in the literature of any age or country. Although I am not disposed to maintain that the being born in a workhouse is in itself the most fortunate and enviable circumstance that can possibly befall a human being, I do mean to say that in this particular instance, it was the best thing for Oliver Twist that could be possibility have occurred. The fact is that were considerable difficulty in inducing Oliver to take upon himself the office of respiration, a troublesome practice, but one which custom has rendered necessary to our easy existence. And for some time he lay gasping on a little flat mattress, rather unequally poised between this world and the next, the balance being decidedly in favor of the latter. Now, if during this brief period Oliver had been surrounded by careful grandmothers, anxious aunts, experienced nurses, and doctors of profound wisdom, he would most inevitably and indubitably have been killed in no time. There being none of these to interfere with the workings of nature, It happened by a very common and not by any means unnatural process that Oliver gradually throve and grew strong. What an excellent example of the power of dress. Young Oliver Twist was wrapped in the blanket which had hitherto formed his only covering. He might have been the child of a nobleman or a beggar. It would have been hard for any to say which. The old story of the same sort, the heir of 100 earls, or the illegitimate offspring of a workhouse, was the theme of speculation among the gossiping old women who sat around the fire, and the nurse herself, who was a woman of wisdom and experience, declared that she had never seen such a baby. Oliver cried lustily. If he had have known that he was an orphan, left to the tender mercies of churchwardens and overseers, perhaps he would have cried the louder. Now you read the Arabic translation. Thanks a lot for today. Goodbye.